his ability, playing with the best in the world, has shown today. He was 10-9 down when I looked in. With a breaking run, he beat Alban Ocean on the hill. So this 9-ball will show Jeffrey the first frame, because he knows he's going to come high enough to take. Oh, he's looking at the 10 into the top corner, so this is interesting. He might be kissing it out. Well, I'm surprised there. That's what I'm explaining. I'm very surprised that he didn't try and kiss it out. He had the angle, and he could have come high enough to take the 10 in the same corner as the 9. So nerves are playing a part on both players. So he will go for the bank. He must call for it. He must indicate extension called. 40 seconds per shot with 1 extension per rack. So he's... Did he call it? Well, he must have called it, because if it wasn't called, it would have been lost a turn and the 10 would have come back out. So he must have called it. So if you're new to the 10-ball game, the 1 ball must go on the front ball. The 10 must go in the middle. And the secret of the break is how you put the power in. So the 2 and the 3 will go to the opposite corners, and the 2 balls behind the 1 must go in to the middle. The only way this can happen is on a certain speed. And Amir tends to go all in with 97% break power. He doesn't really worry about any of the strategy in the break. I did talk to him about his break. He says he just puts his power into it. And you'll see that right now. It's worked for him. It doesn't work for a lot of players. He's slightly off centre to the 1 in a straight line. So he's made 7. He's nearly knocked on the door with a 3. The 1 is perfectly placed. And you see the stop clock there. That's your 40 seconds per shot. So where's the trouble ball? And it's got a feeling it's not a trouble ball. But it's not easy. You can see the crowd building up. Amir has become very famous in the Middle East. Even though he doesn't travel the world, he's won many titles in the Middle East. And also remember, last year he lost on the hill in the quarterfinals. So he's a great player. He's shown great form. And he has a stage name. He is called the Lion. Now, he's got caught out with the speed there. He shouldn't be any stranger to the TV table. He has played on this TV table, I believe, about 3 times. We saw him yesterday when he played John Mora with a 9-2 victory. We saw him during the tournament as well. He's put in great performances. As you can see, he's a national champion. He's won many gold medals in 10-ball and 8-ball. And a lot of his friends are here, even though they're out of the tournament, they still want to see him do well. But this 4-ball, ode for the 5, is not a give me. So it's gone quiet in the arena. So this 5, he has to pot it.
Enemy battleship sunk. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy submarine spotted. Attention, reporting the target position. Enemy heavily damaged. Enemy battleship foundered.
Well, he's played that perfect. I'd be happy with that. Just run around for the 9. He's got the beautiful angle there. Any hairs or any chalk can deviate the cue ball. So he's nominated the 6 into the middle. Come around for the 9. Reads for the 10 to make it 1 apiece. Can he make it? Absolutely. That's perfect. He'd be happy with that. He'll have a nice choice of coming across the table for the 10. Or basically, let the 10 go to the opposite pocket and hold for the 9. Watch this for a shot. Oh, he's going across the table. Yeah, that's the right way to play it. So he's made it 1 apiece. A nice run out. I've seen Ali. A round of applause. The crowd is getting built up here. I've seen Ali run the table a few times. The record on the TV table, I believe it was from Alban Ocean, 4 run-outs he'd achieved in his match. It might have helped if the player went in off or had a desert break, so that could have helped. But no player has really controlled the table from the break. Nobody's really mastered it. It just changes. I've been told it depends if the balls are racked up and the 10 ball doesn't move. But to be fair, if you're in a straight line, a row to the left, a row to the right gives you that little bit off center to the 1 ball. 80% power would generate the object ball from the 1 to make the 6 and the 5 go in and the wing balls go in. It does happen. Master it. Unfortunately, Jeffrey has got a lot of power. He's generating roughly 75 to 80%. He hasn't gone full power yet. He tends to jump at the cue ball, throw all his weight into it. Now the players are entitled to do that. Check the balls. So you have a minute per shot on the break and 40 seconds after the break with 1 extension. So we're looking at the 6 and the 5, but the power he puts in is too much. And that's okay. He's willing that cue ball to hide anything there. He didn't want it to be hidden, so he's pushing his body into the table there. And he's pumped up. He knows that this is a chance to get in very big payday. The highest paid temple tournament in the world. So the 7 will be the key ball in this rack. He's already trying to work to get that resolved. But he's overran it a little bit there. I'm surprised. He's come a little bit too far up. This is forcing. It's not about potting. Obviously, it's potting the balls. But at this level, it's about getting the right angle to the next ball. And you need those angles. And he's played that perfect, to be fair. That's a very, very good shot. So he's going to take the middle there very shortly with the 5. Run up to the 7, hold for the 8. So the standard, what I've seen in this match so far, 100% potting, 100% accuracy. So we are treated to a great match. Yes, this is the quarterfinals. And I can bring you the results on the other tables as well. Well, it's hard to believe. You have to believe me. Mohamed Sofi is 5-1 up within minutes. They've only been playing for about 10-15 minutes. Mario, he was so excited to get into the quarterfinals. He said in the interview, he's playing well. I'm feeling good. He's 3-1 down. Alex and Daniel, 2 apiece.
Please welcome an absolutely new Crossout, a free-to-play multiplayer action game about battles and cool views.
Jeffrey, Mario, he in a performance so far of perfection. So he's called the 10. That's what you got to do. I can hear him from here. He's all fired up. And the reason why is Jeffrey playing so well? He knows Amir so well, an up-and-coming superstar on the world stage. Even though he doesn't travel the world, he is treating him as a world-class player. When Amir played John Moore yesterday with a 9-2 lead, a victory lead that is, and then Amir went on to win 11-8 with Max. This guy can play, Paul. He's a true champion. And the gold medals Amir Ali has won is incredible. But who is he? And the answer is he's one of the greatest players in the Middle East, making his debut once again, showing the world what he can do. Even though he doesn't travel the world, he is recognized around the Middle East as the greatest of them all. So congratulations, Amir. Two Middle East players representing their country in the biggest payout tournament in the world for Temple. Isn't that some achievement? Well, he's got, where's the 1? Where is the 1? Where is the 2? So he's got the 2 worked out. I can assure you, he's like a chess player. He knows where the pieces are going. He's made the ball in the middle. So where is the key ball? And the answer is he's got a perfect layout. There is no key ball. The 1 will take him to the 3. The 5 is the formality. The 8 is a give me. Because it's
Saturday at 10
power
in the
that home.
morning.
So this is probably, I've seen it only one time in the tournament, and it happened on day 1. The only player to get perfection and win 9-0, and his opponent only potted 2 balls, was Joshua Filler. He was the only player with perfection.
11 hours.
And right now, we are seeing 2 players with 100% perfection.
2 o'clock in the morning, I think.
Very rare do I see this. In fact, this is the first time in the tournament on the TV table I've ever seen perfection from 2 players. So we're witnessing 2 consistency players potting with accuracy, representing their country. So well done to the pair of them. Well done.
They're coming straight in. Trust me. I've got nothing.
Completely closing the game out.
Lost to Alio Bailey, 9-8. It was a thriller of a match. But we are witnessing this young man. Millions of people were watching. I'd just like to tell you. This is broadcasted with live stream for TV companies, YouTube companies as well. So they've got this stream. This is just not the YouTube channel for the WPA. Just quickly tell you, 128 players took part. 16 of them were world qualifiers. And there's a world qualifier still in this tournament, even though I think, just look at the score, I think he's doing okay. He's from the Philippines. He's doing okay. He's 4-1 up on Mario E. And Sophie is 6-1 up now. So congratulations to the 2 qualifiers. Just goes to show the standard as we watch the 10s slip away. I haven't seen a kick on this table today. So it's all nice and clean. So the standard, if you've just joined us, is the highest level of standard I've seen on every match with all the players on the TV table. No player has achieved this highest level so far. Both of them with runouts. We've just seen an incredible performance from both players. Has Amir Ali taken the game to another level? Absolutely.
Red ass.
You're in the top 8 players of the WPA World Ranking Players who's took place. And we are down to the quarterfinals, 8 left. Tomorrow will be the semi-final, and the final will be played in the afternoon. Who will be there? This gentleman from the Philippines, known as the Bull. So the player is entitled to check the balls. They're entitled to do that. Jeffrey's wearing sleeves. It is cold in the arena. And the temperature is perfect. Yeah, too much power again. He needs to reduce the power because the balls are not in prime position now. If you see the 10 ball, I can just try and get camera 4. Yeah, it did move. That means to say, a lot of players are telling me, this is Alban Ocean told me, if the 10 doesn't move, it's a perfect rack being set up. So I'm asking myself this question. That's some going, by the way, without moving the 10 ball. It's down on the power of the shot. So our first tactical shot in the game here. So you must call the pocket. He's indicated with his cue what pocket it's going in. So the 1 ball has been designated into the middle pocket. But look at the 6. The 6 is the key ball in this rack. Jeffrey would be very happy to see that happen. He didn't leave it on, so let's look at the good fortune. He's got it there, and it will even itself out. Not all the time.
I got this game. I'm gonna buy it, actually.
Mohammed has gone 7-1 up. He is absolutely cruising. So the semi-finals will take place tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and the final will be taking place at 3 o'clock tomorrow as well, and that's race to 13. Race to 11 for the semis, and race to 13 for the final. And that is the biggest payday in history of 10 ball for a tournament. Incredible. Now, what's happened here? Mir has left Jeffrey this 1 ball. It was so difficult to control, but the 6 ball is the key ball. Yeah, I wonder if it is the perfect zone. When great players play in a tournament, regardless who they are, it shows the standard of the game. This is sport. You've got to perform, and these players have thoroughly deserved to be where they are. They are the greatest pool players in the world in this tournament. 128 players took part. We are down to the top 8. We saw perfect pool. We saw misfortune. But the sport does that to you. But the reality will always be the greatest players who win tournaments are the greatest in the tournament. And these 2 gentlemen, to be in the quarterfinals, have put a performance of their lives in to be here. So congratulations to them. And it's been a very strong field because you've had 16 qualifiers from the World Stage 1, and you got 100. Just watching this shot, how he's got the angle to move the 6 here, and that's a great shot. Yeah, he's just checking here. So the standard of the rankings is fantastic for the WPA. So well done to all the players. Now, has he got the angle to get into the 6? I was just looking. I think he has. But there is a safety shot available as well in behind the 9 if he misses it. And he will. Yeah, it is tough to go in the middle. If you look at camera, there it is. It's too tough because he's nominated it. So he feels that he can pot it, but he has to be careful because he can hang on to the 9 here. Be like super glue, pushing that 9 through. And he's played that perfect. I'm just checking the replay. And like I said, he had to push the 9. And he's pushed that perfect. So we are watching the 7. So that unforced error and the good fortune of the safety shot from Jeffrey has forced this game to go Jeffrey's way. So the standard is excellent.
What is it? It's like 2 in the morning, I think, or something like that.
And remember,
or 3?
the prize money difference
10?
is incredible. They're both on $8,000 each, but they want to get that big payday and become a very rich pool player. But in the meantime, I spoke to some of the players. They don't really worry about the prize money. They want that title. And of course, sponsorship comes and ranking points come. But right now, Jeffrey's called that 10 to the corner to take a 3-2 lead. And I believe
2 a.m. my time. 7 hours.
I'm not too sure. 3-2. Whose break is it?
If it's live, I'll be watching it.
Now the results, I have a link, but try to broadcast the link, but it's qscore.com. Mohammed is on 8-1. Well, he's 8-1 up. But I'm looking at Alex and Daniel. Daniel is 4-2 up. A round of applause there. Mario, he 4-2 down. I think he might have just gone 5-2 down. The roar of the crowd out there. The scores haven't come up just yet. But in the meantime, welcome to Qatar. And there is the cloth, the official cloth sponsor, and the ball sponsors as well.
Here we go. Showtime.
Where's that one ball? It's okay. So where's the key ball? Got a feeling it's the 6. The 6 ball will be the key ball. I don't see a problem with the 1 and the 2 because they bring the 3 down to the middle of the table. He's just checking. He's just saying, can I hold on to the cue ball, move the 3 and take a long 2 on? So he's nominated the pocket. He's played that to perfection. Where's he going? Did he know that the 2 ball he thought, wow. I'm going to check the replay. Yeah, he might. It does happen. He just realised that the 2 ball was underneath his cue. I've seen players take the 5 on instead of the 4, but that's okay. So this 3, hold for the 4, but that 6 ball will be the key ball. So he's got a perfect angle. Yeah, I'm sure he was checking the angle, yeah. He's doesn't want to be far out, but he's such a great player. I think the worst shot I seen on the TV table was Alban Oceans. He had a formality black and completely miscued. Reverse side there, taking the cue ball up to the top. So this key ball now, he has to come down far
Very
enough.
nice shot. Very nice.
And take it into the middle. He's looking at the middle if he wants the middle. It depends how the player feels. So he's indicating he wants to go high and come back up for the 9. Some players tend to run into the middle pocket. But Amir is taking this. Oh, wow. He's good fortune a little bit there. If it was another turn, he was crashing into the 10. You don't want to be hitting the 10 at this stage. So there's no mistakes, to be fair. Just an unforced error on the safety tactical battle. And both players have potted 100% and 100% positioning. That's incredible standard. But can they still keep that mentality going? We have to wait and see. Philippines there, watching their hero play. There's about 100 people watching in the crowd. It's all free of charge. Players just tend to watch many games around. So a round of applause there. Jeffrey just focusing. He's playing well. Now there's a perfect break in 10 ball. And I saw it yesterday. We've seen one today. Well, in fact, we've seen a few today. And one, as soon as it comes up, I'll tell you what the perfect break is.
Is up.
We've seen the perfect in off for his opponent come to the table. In fact, it happened a few days ago. Every ball was over the pocket. You couldn't miss. That's how bad that break was. So he went in off. It was like 4 balls around the pocket. try and find. If you know the results, let everybody know. Yes, it's Mario He. Oh, wow. We got our first semi-final coming through. Very close. Mohammed, who is on 9-1 up. That is breaking news. Middle East. Oh, it must be on the hill then. Something's happened. A round of applause. Mohammed Sophie is on, I think, maybe 10-1 up. Not too sure. A big round of applause for him. But in the meantime, let's watch this break. The 6 is gone. The perfect break. There it is. Oh, if the 3 went. That could have been the perfect break. I think he might be okay.
Really
That is
does.
the perfect break.
Wow.
Yeah, he did miss the 6 ball. Yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. Jeffrey is zoned in, isn't he? Look at his face. He knows that he is got to put in a performance of his life.
Yes, he does. Nice shot, Jeff. Beautiful. 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 Yo, what is up, everyone? Yo, let's talk. Don't be so freaking quiet in here. Come on. Let's go. I should check that, actually.
Oh, knocking on the door with this 8 here if he wants it to pop the 5. But he needs to make sure he's got the angle. Not to move it too much. To get to the 7. Very delicate shot.
Yo, I'm switching this. I'm gonna watch this too. Guys, in my local pool hall too. So we'll have both up. Go like this. Go like this. I'll mute this. But we'll go like this. And we'll have like this, but we'll have this one going.
So he's played that perfect. Jeffrey knows now this is for 4-3. Yeah, the round of applause there for Mohammed. He is on the hill. He has played amazing to go 10-1 up. So he will be in the semi-finals. So who plays who in the semi-finals? This is interesting. The winner of... If I can get this right. 59 plays the winner of 60. Oh, that's going to be a tough match. Mario He. Would be a good game as well. So there's 2 great matches tomorrow for the semis and the final. But in the meantime, Jeffrey DeLima has got this frame for free. congratulations to the
Mike Waller.
WPA for making this event happen with Qatar
What's up, everyone?
Sports Federation. They've put on a great performance. All the sponsorship deals was fantastic. More tournaments coming in Qatar next year, getting bigger and better as we go along. This is the highest prize tournament for 10 in the world.
Hoping that I can go out to these guys this weekend and do some commentating for them. Nice.
To make this happen. And of course, after this tournament, we have another one. It's the Asian Championships of 2024. So congratulations to them, Qatar Sports Federation, for making that happen. But in the meantime, frame number 8, can Amir Ali bring it back? Well, he's made the 7, and the 1 is perfect. Is that another perfect break? And the answer is
We're back.
yes,
Fucking
it
hell,
is.
get something
Well
on my
done.
feet. My feet
2
are
in a row.
frozen.
The winner will receive a perfect $100,000 US. The runner-up, silver medal, $40,000 US. So a price difference of $60,000 in the pot. But in the meantime, Amir, the greatest player so far I've seen on the TV table.
PlayStation.
And here's something very interesting. Very interesting. Amir, oh, that's a big round of applause. Mohamed Sofi has won, I believe. Yes, he has. Here's a bit of information for you. Are you ready? This tournament could make history. Possibility. It depends who wins this match. Are you ready for the bit of history? So, in the semi-final brackets, Amir is 58. 58 plays 57. That would mean he would either play Alex or Daniel, whoever wins on this match. But imagine this history-breaking news. Amir wins. Mohamed Sofi plays a possible Mario He, the way he's playing at the moment, 5-4 up. But imagine that. In the semi-finals, 2 Middle East players. That would be history-breaking news. So that is a treat for all the Middle East players around. It's amazing. But there's a long way to go. But we know Mohamed Sofi is through to the semi-finals of this year's 2024. I will try and get him in the commentary booth with me in the break. When the players have a break, I'll try and find him. He usually comes in and sits with me. Be nice if he does, and then we can explain to you more of what's happening. But in the meantime, will history be made here today? Will Amir Ali reach the semi-finals? We're going to have to wait and see. But isn't that a nice treat for everybody in the Middle East to see incredible players get through? And this gentleman, players, have underestimated his ability. They've underestimated the lion roar around the table. And he certainly is coming back with his frame. So it just goes to show, when you put all the hours and practice in, this gentleman, Amir Ali, is ready for the challenge of the world to come to the Middle East. And he's taken them all on by storm. But he has to stop one player recognized all over the world as Jaffrey the Bull. So what a challenge he's got. And if he did win, can it be fair to say he's a world-class... Oh, somebody talked then, which was unfair. I will say it, you mustn't talk when he's on the 9. Show respect to this guy. He is incredible. Round of applause there. It's 4 apiece. Will players, I'm not too sure on the break system if they have a 5-minute out, but I'll keep you informed. But would it be fair to say Amir Ali has been tested in this tournament? Absolutely. He had to play John Mora with a 9-2 lead. He's had to play Alex with 11-8 win. He's been tested by some of the greatest players in the world. And we saw yesterday that 9-2 lead over John Moore has set alarm bells in this tournament. But we cannot take Jaffrey for granted, as they say. We're at 4 apiece, and this is a fantastic match to watch. Jaffrey overcame a 10-8 deficit to beat Alban Ocean. Now, will the 6 go in? Jaffrey hasn't really mastered the break. Will he get it this time? Too much power, Jaffrey. He's giving this 110%. Watch the cue ball fly off the table. Wow, it lifted in the air. But that 1 ball is going to be the key ball. The 7's okay. That 1 ball. He put a lot of power into that. I've only seen it a few times where they put that power in and the cue ball flies off the table. Mario He still at 5-4. Alex versus Daniel, 6-3. Wow, that for me is the best shot on the TV table so far in this match. He played that with so much confidence and the skill to hold the 2 ball. Well played. The 7 ball is the key. He has to be careful which way he's going. So he's looking from the angle from the 6. Obviously, I know you guys new to 10 ball. We had the Kuwait football team in the week watching their country fellow top players play in this event. And it was lovely to watch. And they were watching online as well. So, did you see Jaffrey then? He moved. Yeah, and he's starting to feel a bit of pressure out there. psychological pressure he's putting on himself. So this is the key ball. He doesn't want it straight. Has he got it straight? Yeah, this is more difficult than what you think. It's a 4-inch pocket, and if he moves on his Q action, well, Jeffrey has pulled out the greatest clearance on the TV table today. If he can make this happen, and the Philippines are in the crowd. Beautiful picture of Jeffrey there. Beautiful setup, beautiful arena. The WPA and the Qatar Sports Federation have done something very special. Made this tournament the highest paid tournament for 10 ball in the world. So congratulations. But in the meantime, we're watching the 9 go in. Hold for the 10. Things are starting to hotten it up here. A round of applause as we watch the 10 disappear. Is it break time? I think the referee will tell them. I think it is break time. We might have a commercial break. Do the players want to play on? I think they do. Mario, he is 5-4 up. Alex Kanaskis is 3 frames. Daniel.
Watch some of this, guys. All right.
animals in Search and Destroy. I mean, 12-4 on round count, they're going to be happy for it, but I would just say on the flip side from Heretics, that was just, that was some ugly S&D gameplay.
Got to work on that one for sure. Boston, not an easy opponent whatsoever. Standings change after that matchup as well. Good fun chance. Our first of 2 potential Game 5s today. We'll find out if the next one is the same way. Desk, take it away.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Another Game 5, and I actually had hope there for a little bit. I started tweeting. I was like, "Vamos, everybody, come hang out on the YouTube channel."
Chris, a therapy session in Miami.
We had a tough time. Also, Miami, during the break, do me a favor. Let's make some S&D coach calls.
Dude.
Let's find a rock star who's crushing a tournament leaderboard. You know a few guys?
Tupac, I think, is a free agent. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure he's been grinding the stream, like playing Search and Destroy, because they need it, Chris.
The new iPhones do live translating. Let's get straight into the highlights here before I lose my job, Alley Cat.
Destroy, and they make it look so freaking easy. The fact that Purge was even able to push all the way up from underground and get behind Enemy Alliance just proves that, like, Miami Heretics, I don't know if they're on the same people.
Like, one round where Awakening gets the 2 kills is what you're watching right here. Like, what are we doing here? He walks to the back door, closes it. One guy pins himself against a glass wall. In this situation, Purge gets in and behind enemy lines, finds 2 kills early. Like, way too many gaps. If you're gonna leave gaps, Allie, Chris, you have to then take initiative and be the guys that are trying to make the plays. You can't pause, especially on a map like Skyline, and ultimately, they'll pay the price for it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not fun, but that match is done. Miami back-to-back losses, another Game 5 victory for Boston. They now improved to 2-1. Let's take a look, though, at our scuff play of the game, and people are saying he's like a young Hydra. How do you feel about that comparison? Snoopy on the SMG was moving throughout the series.
I mean, I get it, because he is absolutely slaying out. I wouldn't surprise if he got up there about the kill count contention as it's been Boston Breach, and them building around him in the first place, and now building around him again. I think he's very much solidifying himself as a top player.
And he also had one of the biggest kills in the series. It was round 6. Welcome to the stream, Snoopy. The 1v1 is where I feel you broke Miami's hearts and shattered their confidence. Can you talk to me about this matchup? Why did it go to a Game 5 to begin with?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like obviously we're confident going into it, but we started a bit slow the first map. We picked it up like the second rotation, but yeah, I mean, I think we just started slow. We started getting the energy up, and yeah, I mean, we're confident, so yeah.
You guys are chilling over there, aren't you? I can see that energy.
Yeah.
Flowing.
We clutched up map 5 because we got a top loss last weekend, but we have to lock in now.
Absolutely.
Of course, Stibby, your all's S&D looks incredibly strong right now. Would you say that's your strongest game mode currently is in that category?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like our S&D is pretty good. Obviously, we lost like round 11 and stuff, but that's definitely one of our best modes. I think we're like pretty confident in all of them, but if we gotta clutch up in S&D, we will do it. So. Yeah.
And when it comes to S&D, Snoopy, who is kind of like the leading voice, or are you all just kind of hot potatoing? Who's making a play call, doing what at the beginning of these rounds?
Yeah, I mean, we all kind of like give our ideas or what we're feeling in the moment, but definitely Purge steps up a little bit more, like calls the plays, what he's feeling, and then we just kind of follow him up. Or if someone else is just like has an idea, like we just follow it up. It's just kind of feeling the vibe, you know.
Oh yeah.
Snoopy, I feel like people are finally seeing what we all expected when you came over from Mexico to pursue this. You've been absolutely lighting it up in these matches so far, sitting at 2-1. What's the biggest difference from your rookie year last year coming into this year, man? Because you look like a totally different player, full of way more confidence.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, definitely last year was pretty tough. Our record was really bad. We didn't qualify for champs, obviously. A lot of things happened, but you know, we move on. I definitely learned a lot last year. Not the way I wanted it to go, but you know, sometimes you got to go through hard things to kind of just learn from it. So I'm happy to be here. I'm grateful to be here with this team. Shout out Boston, and yeah, I'm just excited for the future. Just keep going and do better than last year, obviously.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's get it.
As Rambo Ray once said, losing is learning. You guys learned a lot last year. It's good to see you teaching somebody once in a while. Snoopy, before you go, final question for you. Favorite part of Black Ops 6?
Favorite part? I mean, I have to say the movement, the Omni movement, you know, and yeah, probably that.
Here we go. Well, you look good doing it, my guy. Congrats on another win tonight.
I appreciate you.
That's Boston with our third win, but it is the holiday season, and we have another gift for the fans at home. What's coming up, Alley Cat?
Optic Texas takes on the Vanguard Surge. See you after this.
Scrap follows up with another one. It's all going to be on to Brezzy now to make the play, and he can't do it. This is dominant from Ultra. Scrap just stood up, celebrated, took off his headset. You got another round, bud.
He's locked.
Yeah.
He said, my bad.
Oh, we got Fame here. Fame, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. Happy to be here.
Fantastic interview as always from Fame. Wonderful lad.
Can they be shop scrap? No. Okay. Both in you. I'm in you. We can you. It's our set time.
It's sell. Make him do something.
It's 20 seconds. Come on. One more.
Roxanne, mirror on the wall.
It's Anthony Roxanne. Anyone do some breathing with me?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
Just come put in the ball. Blow. He has to go top. Blow.
I'm gonna help you 2 seconds. Nice. Everybody.
It's so bro.
Alright, hey, chat, watch this. Alright, we gotta just go play the game. Let's take a look at this bad.
Will, 25 seconds left. Now there could be a timing here. If they rotate off of this, they might. But RC's just watching the cross.
Wow! The headshot, RC's absolutely deleted. Now the shoulder in the spot.
Oh, he spotted him.
He spotted him. Oh my God! Fancy again! Let him know!
Obviously, like a small sample, like 2 days, but I feel like the biggest difference with him, and I told him this, was like you just seem more just confident in your game, essentially, and like that applies to like his communication, to his spawn knowledge, to like the routes that he's taking. You know what I'm saying? So like
I feel like you two mesh really well together as well. Just like the pacing on the map.
I'm not gonna lie, like
crazy.
Like obviously me and AG, like don't get it twisted, like we definitely work good together. And we won, but in terms of like how we mesh, me and Kyler, it's very like one, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like,
seamless.
We're just
like unspoken. Like it's kind of like just it just works.
Yeah.
Like peanut butter
that's
and jelly.
What's like
Ain't that right?
Optic going through some major changes as Pred is no longer on the starting lineup. Hook makes his return to a pretty familiar jersey.
Yes.
He's been with Optic in the past. 2 years later, he rejoins. We talked about him being a hot free agent. He gets to go up against his former team here to kick things off.
Yeah, you know he's going to want to turn up going up against the Surge. You know, the Omni movement in this game, a lot of people were talking about it early before the season started. Surely he was going to get picked up at some point, you know, either during the stage or after it. Secret. We just didn't think it would be the Optic right off the rip after week 1. So this is going to be very exciting to see Hook's debut.
Let's go to the Vanguard of the North, the Vancouver Surge. Actually, first I'd like to go down south with Optic Texas. We got Kenny, Dashy, Shotzi, and Hook.
Yeah, exactly.
How good were they at Vanguard?
That's what you get. Productions on my side. They were pretty good. And honestly, when it comes to this game, though, it's going to play a lot different compared to Vanguard. You're talking about leading into the likes of Hook and Shotzi. Hook is one of the few SMGs that could honestly keep pace with Shotzi as well. So this is a good look if you're Optic Texas. And on the flip side of that, they've already shown some strengths. They fell short against Boston Breach early in week number 1, but quickly bounced back.
Nameless, I gotta say, I have been very impressed with the growth of Hook, right?
Oh, yeah.
He didn't speak when I used to watch him in the early Call of Duties. Back on the Surge, he had to take over that role of being on the comms consistently. Do you think he's going to fit in with the comms on Texas? In fact, let's now take it over to Vancouver. Without Hook on the squad, who's taking that leadership role?
Yeah, I mean, looking at this, I think it's a combination. Obviously, Hixie's a very cerebral player, so I'm sure when he gets to the nitty-gritty on rotations and things of that nature, he's the guy taking lead there. But Abuza, more than likely, is the leader of this roster. I mean, he's been backing it up with his play as well. And Control, since last year, he's been unbelievable. And the Search and Destroy, like in the series versus Toronto, I got away from them a little bit. They had the advantage in the round 11 on that game 5, which they end up giving away. But that's week 1. This is a game mode that I expect them to be very good at. And stylistically, like matchup-wise versus Optic, they're probably oddly comfortable. Like you come in, you could take like whatever it's your hard point choice and then win 2 searches. So I think Vancouver feel decent about this matchup.
Their most recent win, Alley Cat, came in a round 11, game 5 against Miami. That was just Sunday, so 5 days ago. What are you expecting from Vancouver this time around?
I expect something really, really similar. I think the series will go similar to the way that went versus Miami. I do lean Optic Texas in this situation just because even though on the side of Vancouver Surge, they don't necessarily have any headless players. Everybody will, on Vancouver Surge, will most likely make the right play, but they don't have that much of the aggression, some of that pace keeping, some of that keeping track of players on side of Optic Texas. That will prove bothersome.
Right, sorry, let's take a look at our maps and modes here as we have to get into this game in just about a minute. Red card, Vault, Protocol, double dose. Vault for its 18th time?
Yeah, I just think it must be the greatest map ever in Call of Duty history. Honestly, I don't think we've ever had a map be that consistent. Let's go Vault. I will say red card, concerning if you're an Optic fan. We saw their first series, did not go well for them versus Boston, so could be interesting.
New look Optic with Hook back in the lineup. You know they don't have a lot of reps in S&D. It's time to get to our scuff pick'ems, and I'm going to kick things off. I've been on a 2-match losing streak. Do we make it 3? I'm going Optic Texas. I think Hook, the nuke, makes his presence felt.
I'm going to follow my host of the year here and also go with Optic Texas. I think they take the final match of the day.
Nameless?
Yeah, I'm going with Optic Texas. Revenge game. Also, when there's a roster change, teams usually fry, so I'm going with Hook.
Looks like it's Optic across the board. Are we right? Maven and Merc, my favorite elves. It's time to get this party started.
I am a tall elf, I guess. Thank you, Christopher. Wonderful as always. And Joe, okay, obviously favoring Optic here, but right when the map pool came out, I kind of looked at you and you're like, well, I kind of like that for Vancouver at least.
I mean, yeah, I mean, let's just start with Hooch. He's going to want to run around, and red card's a little bit different.
Get rid of a Vault, get rid of a Sky.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, this Hooch and Shotzi duo, it's pace, right? It is pure, utter pace. They are going to run at you in very similar play styles. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's very smart for Surge.
Well, we're going to talk a lot about Optic Texas because they have a big change coming into this. You know, I think you heard something earlier. Shotzi was kind of talking about the fact that they have gotten their best scrims in as of late, and you got to think if Pred, whatever personal issues are going on, your mind's in a different place. You're not completely locked in. They have Hook come in who's locked, and they feel like they're making some headway.
Yeah, I mean, he's talking about confidence. That's sort of what we've seen in the past for players who go down to challengers. We've seen the tweets. He was putting up incredible numbers.
Yeah.
I think stylistically, great game for him. When you talk about BO6, just compared to the last couple of years. But I mean, there's just going to be some big change. Consistency. I mean, Hook was a guy for a long time. It was just like, what are we going to get out of this guy? Where Pred, it was like, you knew exactly what he did. It may have been a slower play style.
Yeah.
So, and then on a map like this, like,
what's up? How was your day?
Pred is very much okay
How was your day?
with running a third AR, right? We saw that a lot of the times last year.
Honestly.
You know,
How was
who's
your
going to
day?
run
Let
that
me
third
know.
AR now on some of these bigger maps? So just trying to switch up the pace a bit.
Okay. And for Vancouver Surge, we focused a lot on Optic Texas, but excited to see what they're going to do. And, they made some changes, like Hook is gone. You bring in someone like Hixie, who is, the utility man kind of for the Ultra team back in the day before Challenger. Like, he wasn't putting up 1.2s, he was putting up 0.8s in there alongside Kleenex. You maybe lose a little firepower in trying to play the game the right way. They have a system they want to play to. This is just one of those tests, like, even if you play the right way, do you win enough fights to actually win?
Yeah, I mean, that's really it. I think no matter what, Surge is going to be a tough team to beat. Just because the way that they play, I think it's going to be the correct way. They're going to be great in all 3 game modes. But yeah, this is when you look at guys like Abuza and 04 to really step up, to show that like they are young players to invest in.
Yeah, and Abuza is the guy who probably think the most has that like superstar potential. Like,
no doubt.
He is a wild talent. Well, he's starting out 6-1. He's on 3 straight. They've got a little lead here early on, but behind the car, Shotzzy and Hoop, they'll take out 3, and they'll be set up here into our second hard point as Surge looked up to try and get this break. Abuza, no luck in that fight, but Hixie will be able to pick up the scrap.
Well, I talked about the ARs. All 4 of them have ARs right now. Is who's going to find another one? But some time over to Nasty. I think this is a guy last year on Deeves who just really stepped up, and when he was playing consistently, they were... Yeah, really tough team to beat. He just showed that he can play with the best of the best.
Yeah. They made an incredible run at the end of the year. And that old Surge roster, I know they fell short kind of at champs, but they had a couple top 6 runs. They were really starting to improve. You started to see things click, but God, they've got a tough test today. Hook was on 5 straight before he dropped. You'd love to see a great start out of him, at least statistically. But now we focus on the rotation across the map. It'll be Optic in first. But you've got numbers here if you are Surge. A chance to collapse. What can Shotzzy do? He's able to spawn one of the backs, so he's got a little bit of help coming through. Then picking up part of that push was Dashy. Ends up getting 3. So where you had numbers for a moment, that falls apart. And now you have a 3-on-3 fight here towards the point.
Abuza just laying up top. Kenny thought he saw him. We saw him with the X-ray. But yeah, Spawn's going to be a little mixy on this hill. Dashy was able to find 3 in the middle of the map, but you're right back to it is Surge. That's Hixie. Gonna throw that stun, but Dashy finds another multi.
Yeah, it's you spawn on the back, then you spawn on the back, then you spawn on the back, because they continue to fight forward. Dashy, though, with the pistol, now up to 12-6. He is erupted, by the way. I said Hook was leading all players when he had 7. I think you had like 5 or 6 on Dashy, and then he goes nuts in that sequence.
Yeah, I mean, this is just sort of those moments we're talking about with this Surge team, right? When Dashy is going off, when Hook is going off, who is going to step up and win some gunfights? Big double there for Hixie on rotation over towards P4, because they were trapped back garage. Now with 5 seconds left, you get 3 dead. You have a big one-on-one with Shotzzy. He's trying to play his life towards the stage side. Has Surge in a good spot to find some time.
And we saw with Hixie, we talked about him, like, he's, kind of going to be the Super Bowl player, do the dirty work, blah, 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 blah. But we saw him versus Ultra. Like, he was kind of matching well against his former teammate Kleenex. Like, he was putting up numbers. You saw the ability to do that, too.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he had to do for the Ultra team. Right? And let's not forget they won a major.
Yep.
He was a runner-up in a world championship. This guy knows what it takes to play with the best. He just didn't get on a team last year. So another situation where you go down to challengers, focus on yourself a bit. You're in another situation on a
chip
pro
on
team.
Your shoulder.
No doubt about it.
5 straight for 04. Dialing in number 6. He's able to do that onto Dashy. As it was Dashy with a big run. Now it's 04's turn. He's got everybody in front of him. He's just cutting him down, centering a little off with the next fight, so he can't continue the streak going there. But down 25 currently is Optic Texas. As there's a contester on the point trying to shoot off his toes. Nasty, really nothing left in the magazine, trying to reach out. He's able to finish off the kill there and soak up the final couple of seconds.
Well, and that just starts again from the end of P3, right? With 10 seconds left, they're able to get that flip that sets them up there at stage to give them this lead. As now both teams vying for control, but it's going to be 3 dead in the field. There's Shotzzy and Dashy. Well, actually, able to find all 4. And Shotzzy just roaming throughout the middle of the map with his AMS. Picking up the shots, and now Optic with a great setup here, and Surge is not finding kills.
Yeah, you need to answer this hard point. They're doing exactly that. They found every single kill in the last 15 to 20 seconds. 04 finally gets 1. Nasty to follow it up as well, but it's very clean and comfortable time for Optic Texas early in the hard point. Now it's your chance to battle in if you are Surge. Hook takes himself out. His teammates bounce back with a couple. Nobody inside of the hard point, at least for now, but some quality beams there out of the beam man and Dashy.
Yeah, he's up to 17. 10 seconds left, and there we go. Yeah, it was 84 to 50. Right at the start of that hill, and a P5 where normally it's a little bit mixy or you're not finding a ton of time. They get a 4 dead. They set up a trap a little bit, and now Optic take the lead.
Yeah, no, they got a 4 dead, then like another 4 dead off the back of that. Like there was some breathing room between them and the hard point. It was really well done, but it's kind of been a trading of blows. Somebody has a great hold, answer answer with a hold after that, and back and forth we go. And the reason why you're looking at basically a tie game. But as we get into our second set, there'll be nobody in the hill for now. On another streak, though, is Dashy. It was 5 before he dropped. Crisp headshots there onto the stairwell heady. Immediately after that, it's basically all Surge, though, that find kills. And there's nobody really near the point right now.
We're going to be talking about game time. Yeah, we're going to be maybe talking about game time here. 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Yeah, wait, both these teams are playing. We're not seeing a sub, right? Like when we tested Thieves, and that's when Hydra set up, well, the record was beaten, but he was just roaming throughout Ticket, being annoying, pestering. No one's really doing that. 04 does have one out, but it's been all about the ARs on this map, and what that does is, well, it's going to slow everybody's pace down.
What was that one last year? It was like, it was Optic versus Vegas. Remember, like, Karachi? Like, that crazy one where, like, dude, no one got the hard point. Like,
forgot about
all the fights were, like, around the hard point. It was insane. It was, like, one of the weird one. It was one of the weirdest ones we've ever casted, but we still have 2:18 on the play clock, so not going to be.
I mean, we got 100 points.
Yeah,
no, I'm definitely not coming to play. Definitely coming
I was about to say, like, maybe not yet, but no, you're right. Like, it definitely is going to come into play. Hook, who started really strong with like a 7-4 or so start, kind of slowed up a bit then, but it's been all the Dashy show. Hook, though, trying to show off his movement now. It's a boost, so that'll line him up. We go right back over to a weak Dashy, staying up at the tractor, trying to finesse for an angle. Finds it, wins it, will be quickly traded. And what, 15 or so seconds remaining here. As we'll get ready now for our next hard point. Yeah, we'll just keep an eye on that top middle of your screen as the play clock will certainly likely come into things.
Yeah, it's just a product of the map. It's a product of the map and the spawns. I mean, somehow on our BS map in our map set, you spawn on top of each other on a number of these hills. So it's just tough to find hill time. I mean, simple as that.
There was really just the one hard point, but they got Fort Ed and Fort Ed again. That really
P4 and P5. Outside that, it's just been contest.
We'll see. This is a hard point. It definitely ends up being a lot of that. We'll see if that'll be the case here. 2 in front of Abuza, at least able to take down 1 before he drops. Hixie, his turn, trying to fight. Vancouver Surge currently up 6, fighting hard here at the hard point, looking for a win in map 1. Let's go to listen it with Vancouver Surge.
Let's go out, yeah. Slow down. I'm gonna go out, you three go out. I think you three go out. Wait, with me. I think every time. One guy's close, play time, one guy's deep. Dead in. One time. Only one. Reach out at Carlo on the bus. Still on the front bus. One last one. Shot on bus. That's one pizza. No, one. I need a pizza. P2 in. He's popping. Trying to go. P2. I'm playing that shit. The windows, one shot. I'm one shot going breaks again. Watch out. Only one. Nice. Go across. What is he doing?
It's such a close fucking game. This is crazy.
Yeah, one time. Really I'm flanking base Indy, guys, okay? Watch out in. Nice, shut up. I'm flanking base Indy.
Basically a 150 game, under 90 seconds on the play clock. Let's hear the comms on the other side. To Optic, Texas, we go.
I have outer. It goes outer. It should be garage. Camera. I'm playing outer, last guy. Really good. We're here. I got time. Outside now, Steve. I got 4 camera, 1 HP. Nice. We take it. I have it. Too dark. What's that dark? Another one. Charge. I'm one. I need help. Dark on me. I'm on it. Dark on me. Dark kicks me. Billy. Research on maybe. I'm hard on Philly. I got time. Door. I got it. I remit.
They're gonna beat me Sage, but I'm gonna flicker it.
I'm on side at least. Mid, one shot mid. Alright, I got one. Another guy going jump glass to the pillar.
Alright, one is
one
here.
to the
I'm
pillar.
popping
I got one looking at this shit. There's one outside. Yes, sub. That's a
Yo, one shot Hixie on top. Can I
Alright, go top.
One guy's on you. One guy's on you.
Big go. One shot, big go. One shot dash. Yeah. Last guy.
I'll get time.
I'll block. I'm looking.
Yeah, no, they're Essies, 100%.
Yeah, they're crossing you right, Kelly.
Lead building for Optic. The comps sound good. You can tell these guys got some history with Hook.
Oh, no doubt about it. And I was a little bit curious because last year, like, Hook was that. Like, he was the motor mouth on Surge last year. And, you know, maybe these guys just want him to calm down a little bit. No doubt about it. Every team is going to have different preferences. But, yeah, they sound good. And, again, they just keep finding 4 dead. And they're just converting it into hill time. Now they have this 40-point lead.
No, they found 4 dead, like, right as a hard points flopped twice. And it's led to a significant amount of time. But it's still... It's in reach for Surge. They have a chance to do this, but we're on Shotzi's POV for now. He's going to be held outside the windows. Abuza gets the kill. That's all he's going to pick up. It says the next hardpoint pops once again. It's like a 3-4 dead scenario for Surge, where you're going to have to fight for the outside in. There's one split spawn that comes in. That's Nasty, who's going to pop on the other side of that. They're able to pick it up before too much damage is done, but now it's kind of a foot race towards the hill. You're trying to apply pressure if you're Surge, but all of the kills going the way of Optic Texas. They're 30 points from the victory.
I mean, Dashy has just had some monstrous multi-kills. Has another one there where Hixie just trying to get on the time and break. You do get through. That's what he's got 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the hill, 37 and 28. But now it's about this rotation. And well, Kenny's going to win one with the AR on the 0-4. But Surge, they're still alive. 35 seconds left, 20 seconds left on this hill.
Yeah, this is why you needed some clean time here to get back at this. Because if you're down like 50 plus with 34 seconds on the play clock, like you're playing against 2 win conditions. It's going to be so tough to do. But if you can get this within 10 to 20 points, not stress as much about the play clock, and just fight for this victory, ample opportunity to do it. They're getting the remaining time there. They're going to be down, around 15 points as our next hard point pops. This is where it could be an absolute mess with the spawns, but you've got it early for Texas. What do you see on the map?
Well, you're going to see Hooch. He actually spawns up, a couple of seconds before the hill pop, so he creates a natural split. There was someone on Surge trying to find it, but now you're going to have everyone surrounding this hill. Nasty, though, able to pick it up with a nice trade. Hixie trying to get on the hill, able to do so. And if you're Optic, you're just trying to keep this messy with 25 seconds to go on the play clock, but you see Nasty on 4 in a row, make it 5. The headshots are coming in. The garage spawns are coming in. Surge in a great spot to win map 1.
This is like the cleanest this hardpoint's been, too. Like, I figured they were in trouble because it'd be so much of a contest fest, but now Vancouver Surge go out in front. Hixie tucked away in a corner, at least able to take down one, and the trade there eventually onto the second and a third. Hixie making plays. 10 seconds remaining on the hard point. 16 away from victory. Hixie finally going to fall from that fight, but as you take a look at the minimap, who's got rotation and X? It's 2 members, making 3 from Surge.
Yeah, switch up down to 10. What kind of play does he find? You see number 5. He goes all the way and around. He's going to have a spawn on him as well. Shotzi will spawn with him. He's able to find one. Are they going to expect Shotzi to be here? That's going to be the question, and he is. Nasty goes out of 5 in a row, then picks up that double. 1 second to go, and Surge able to punch it out on P3 and P4.
Woo! And I'll tell you what, dude, that P3, like, if that's a bit messier, you said Optic have to make it messy. Like, they burned some more time on the play clock there, or just, it couldn't be that clean. The fact that they're able to get the lead there with basically no time off the clock, if you're Vancouver Surge, you suddenly are in control. But when I'm seeing, 20 or so seconds on the play clock, you're up 20 to 30. I thought maybe they'd be all right. Not the case, though.
Yeah, I mean, Optic, at the P2, you saw them start to work through the middle of the map, and they were trying to flip the spawns and get out there, and they did. It's just they lost those initial fights, and then Nasty really pops off there. But you're going to have some big numbers. 45 for Abuza. I think that's the record now as well. So, Abuza goes off. We just talked about him. 42 for Dashy on the other side. Well, it's a long one.
What did we literally say at the beginning? It's like, who's going to be the person that matches the firepower on the other side? Abuza. And yeah, he puts up a monster one. Basically toe-to-toe with Dashy on the other side of it, but you get a good effort out of the rest of the guys. Really, I know Hixie gets slammed a bit, but they win the map, right? Like, they win the map. And he had some great individual moments. You saw one with the triple at the tail end of that. He had a couple big multi-kills earlier in the game, but it ends up being a 23-point map and a hell of a map 1 to start this series.
Yeah, I mean, Hixie does it. I mean, Tenny's the same thing on the other side. And, Ten's a guy, we've seen throughout the years where, he's going to be the leader for this team, right? He's creating this system. Obviously, Tyler now is coming into this. Who's coming into play? And he at times can be making sure that everyone else is in the right place, right? And it can be tough as an IGLer, making sure that where we need to be.
It's sort of like, I don't know, yeah, he's that guy doing a lot of that, and it's like, give me the Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just had like Sunday at Atlanta. He's like, all right, now it's
and normally with a player like that, he's going to get better as time goes on because that system's going to be into play. But we're at day, I don't know, 2 or 3 with him.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. There's a lot. It's tough to. You're going to be in different spots you're not used to.
Well, even if it wasn't just Raven Hook, it's still pretty early in the title, right? Like there's still a lot more pressure, I would think, on like an IGL type player. When you're early in the game, Pixie, this is where he was able to get 3 late in it as Vancouver Surge were able to clutch up. I mean, dashing the monster map nearly 3 minutes in the hard point. Much more balance objectively on the other side of you. And basically the entire team, it looked like with a minute. When you look at Vancouver Surge, you can see how fired up they are. They know that's a big map 1 victory. And for Optic Texas, I mean, listen, you've had a couple days with the guy. You know, you're going to have some slip-ups. I was curious how the communication would be. The communication sounded really solid. You're just going to get better and better.
Yeah, I mean, so Vault was open. They didn't pick Vault. Opted to go for Protocol here for map 4 if we get there. But yeah, just taking a look at the hardpoint sort of vetoes. Like, again, like a red card hardpoint, it's just like someone like Hooch, he's going to want to run around with the sub. You put on a map like that where there is a lot of chaos, right? Plain and simple, just due to the spawns. And yeah, when you're at day 3 as a team, that could be difficult to deal with.
No, it certainly can be. But listen, he's going to get acclimated. Shotzi talked about the scrims have been improving, honestly, with him on board, and as they're just working to get better and better. I'm excited to see how it's going to work out, but it's an insane situation. You find yourself in the world. Dude, think about the last couple of years. Like, what, New York win the World Championship? They drop Priest, they make a change. Then Optic win. Now this happens. Like, you suddenly are looking at a different roster 2 weeks into the season. Like, it's wild.
No, it is. I mean, honestly, for like Optic, it reminds me of like, you know, the Vanguard year. They win the Major 1, and then Illy Stum comes into play, and there's all those changes. It just feels like, well, they had one smooth year last year, and then stuff gets crazy again.
And like we were talking about, you got to think. Listen, there were times where we talked about this team, like Optic, just he wants to play in, but I feel like having a guy like Kenny has got to help anything like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
I know we're big fans of Ken.
Yeah, it's just.
See how they start this build-up. For now, everyone taking their time, looking for these opening picks. So many spots to clear on this map.
Yeah, and this is one where you're just hoping to find a map one here, right? Just team brings in a brand new player. You should have a lot more S&D reps than them. So where they're going to try to go early in this offense, and 0-4 potentially with a first blood. Instead, it's a nice bait and switch from Kenny and Shotzi.
Oh, really, really well done. It was Shotzi with a jump peek. They kind of spotted him there. Then they worked to isolate him. They do that perfectly. Nasty takes a tough fight against Dashy on the heady with height. Hixie trying to move his way in. Get the angle. He'll get himself a freebie there. So Hixie gives them a chance. Maybe we're under 30 seconds now to go. Abuz has been spotted. He's getting wall banged. He is a bullet, just still alive with 20 HP, but the bomb plan will come through. And now you couldn't be further from each other if you're Vancouver Surge. How the hell will this play out?
Yeah, they want to hunt down Abuza quickly, and there we go. They collapse on him, and now it's all down to Hixie in a 1 versus 3. So yeah, they just had to make a decision. Not allow Abuza to get out of there. It's exactly what they do.
Or let him get 1. He gets 1. This is much more winnable for Hixie.
No, definitely not.
I'll say he somehow snaps perfectly there, maybe, but nah. Second player was there to pick it up. Time for the defuse, and they'll take that first round. But yeah, good job isolating Abuza, making sure it doesn't get too crazy as Hook staying active on the map.
Yeah, and I mean, Kenny and Shotzi they find that first blood, right? You saw 0-4 just start to work up those stairs, start to peek that bomb, and they just have an idea. Let's go hunt a little bit. Had a good idea. He was in that corner, and yeah, you saw the shoulder, the jump peek, and then Kenny slides on through.
Good job just getting info and then playing behind it. But it's kind of refreshing, this map at times, just for like search, based on, I mean, dude, just Skyline or sometimes Vault, like it just hit it.
Rewind, yeah, I mean, all three of those really have it.
Just slowing
Protocol as well, yeah, this is the only one that
kind of feels like
an S&D map.
Yes, feels like an S&D map. It's a good way to put it. Abuza, he was shooting absolute beams there in the opening map. He falls up here now as he gets a first blood. So this time around, they'll have numbers. Kenny gets ripped out of it after a nice round 1. Shotzi kind of moving up to where we saw 0-4 trying to play from. As they'll work this bomb up towards A, down a man. He'd love to find a timing, but Not able to find anything around that corner, at least, as he's spotted as Nasty's holding the edge.
Yeah, and this could come down to maybe the interaction between Shotzzy and 04 in the middle of the map. You see number 1 and 04, he's going to get active. Hook does find a pick, bomb being planted. But watch number 1, that blue arrow, there we go, starts to hit the flank in the top window. Put some shots, I think, into Hook, but Hook's alive. So now this gets interesting. And Shotzzy just lurking, and now he's going to activate up top, but who is that? Hixie reads it.
Hixie gets the kill. Hook finds one at the same moment, though. So we're into a 2 versus 2, sub 30 to go. Hook just barely able to take the fight. Stays up with 60 HP. Nasty trying to find it, just can't quite finish it off, and now time really against him. Has so much to try and clear. Finds a second player, but it's going to be too late. Texas take the round.
Yeah, I think Force just got to find a clean kill on that flank, put some shots in, but who's able to play his life? Regens, I mean, it was a great trade from HC, but they didn't even know where Dashy was, right? He planted the bomb. He was just hanging out on the other side of the map.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Dashy nearly 3 minutes in that hard point for the map 1. Put up 40 plus.
His beard's really coming in.
Yeah. Can you imagine Shotzzy with a beard? I can't even like picture it.
No.
You think he can grow one?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so either.
No.
3-0 start for Hook. 2-0 start for Optic. See if we can find any more success, but not looking good. It's an opening pick from Kenny, and then they just send it forward. Abuz, I thought, maybe going to be able to get 2 there, but walks away with 1. Able to stay up, though, and gives himself a chance in this 2 versus 3. We'll see if Nasty can find anything from up top. Abuz is just bringing him back by himself. Put the squad on his back. Now to a 2 versus 2 we go. Finally, he is dropped.
It's crazy. He had the read on Dashy working the pinch as well. But Nasty, he's got to get the bomb, which is all the way in spawn. Maybe spotted Dashy. Could have just been X-ray for us. But yeah, he's just here hunting. Playing prop hunt pretty much.
Yeah, there's just so many items on the map out there. Is he behind this, that,
a lot of corners to check, but yeah, needed the bomb as well. And that's just pure aggression on Opti. They switch up the pace. They 3-hit over towards the A bomb, and well, that is where talent and teamwork really show.
Kenny with a nice first blood after being blooded in the round previously. But after dropping the map 1 in a tight one, so far, so good for Optic throughout the search. As they'll continue to try and dictate the pace early in these rounds. But through 3, what they have 2 first bloods. 04 and Nasty still looking for their first kills really in this one.
Hooch hasn't died. He's hanging out.
Yeah, no, he's been vibing. Dashy knife out, just shouldering and spotting. Now ready to chow. Is where it's mostly been play towards A, at least in the early going of the rounds, even though we had the B plant. Still other.
Look at the transition now. All of Surge is rotating to try and defend B. 04's got to play his life. Instead, he gets caught.
So I probably can't.
Now, does Optic want to rotate out of this? Just use their numbers inside of B. It looks like Kenny's going to watch the flank, and it's going to be a 3-on-3 inside of B.
See if they just try to like leave Ken and just take this 3-on-3 as fast as they can. Ken's trying to track back to help as well. Bomb starting to get planted now, I believe, as he gets stunned. I don't think he stays on it. Hook tries to fly on forward. Everybody in front of him. Awkward fight for him, but Dashy is there to pick up the scraps. 4 straight for Optic.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hooch, he's just, maybe he's shooting at both right there, trying to line up that second target.
No, I think like, you slide, like first thing he sees is the guy at range, starts to snap, then he's like basically sliding into someone. It's just awkward.
But again, just these first bloods, it's going to make the game simple for Optic, right? When you have the man advantage, then you're thinking trades inside a bomb site, and they're making it look easy.
Real easy.
Yeah, 3 to 4 rounds now. They've had the
nice
advantage.
camera,
Right?
but I don't know
Boys
how to
chatting through stuff. See how they
Yeah.
want to approach the next one. 0 success so far on the Surge side of it.
Well, really,
Still
like
a couple
04,
of
like,
deuces.
You can see he's trying to find these timings around middle of the map with this sub, but
he was big for them last year in Surge.
Yeah, and a lot of times it was sort of these lurk positions, but he's just getting caught. This time, going to try to pick up the pace.
We'll see if the pace works out. You do find a first blood. Nasty does get away. He's on the board now. RC car out. Abu's able to flick, deal with that. 04, he's on the board as well. So the 2 gooses are now gone. And you have numbers for what feels like one of the first times as the round gets deeper. You just can't throw this one away. If you're going to try and claw back, and you may have thrown away numbers. Hook able to get 1. Nasty just bring it back with the wall bang. All on Hook now. We'll see if the new guy can clutch up at a 1 versus 2.
And they haven't planted yet, so he can take his time. Right? Vancouver, they're just nervous. They don't want to get caught on the bomb. Give him a one-on-one. So they're going to rotate out of this. But Hook's been quick on this, so he's in a trail pretty quickly. See how the setup is in here. They're going to leave Nasty, so he's able to spot one. Has a stun as well. Abuza's got to turn around here. He is not starting to work the plant yet. There we go. Nasty hits the first shots. Hook almost caught a timing.
Yeah, very, very nearly. It works out perfectly. But Nasty able to pick it up and they finally get around. Helps that you get a first blood, a much needed one.
Yeah, I think just try to go, they talk to Pace. Low A on defense this time through the middle of the map. I think it was Hixie just on S-keys. He finds when you're maybe hoping for a trade, but he's able to back away.
I'll see if Vancouver can start to play off of that one round. Maybe build a little confidence. Like I said, they had a couple of gooses. They both now get on the board. What, Nasty carries a 3-streak into this from 0-4 to 3-4, so a solid one out of him. And if you find another first blood, once again, the play is going to be towards B. You had a quick rotation out of Surge last time around when this was the play. A bit different this time. Well, 3 rotate over, but one's going to be out of play for a while.
Well, yeah, again, it's going to be 0-4 on these long flanks. Yeah. And again, there's so much to clear. But he's going to be the difference maker. And if you're Surge, you're waiting on him. That's really what this comes down to. You're not going to take a 3-on-4 on the site, or are you? Kenny's going to find the first blood. And now this took so long, Dashy's going to be watching it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, though, he has been for 10 seconds. Like, it took so long. He has just been staring at it. Hoop, 7-2, tagged up, but still trying to challenge. A little bit of help there to work with. Abuza last up, he drops, and I mean, that's the first thing. I was talking about how they rotated quickly. They kind of 4-on-4 hold that last time. This time, yeah, I mean, when they got to like the bomb with a chance to plant, I mean, 0-4 was in no idea. And yeah, you have so much to clear.
So much to clear. And once 40 seconds are off the clock, someone's going to be thinking, watch full flank. Yeah. Right? And that's what Dashy does. So he's just able to get in that position, read the pinch.
I mean, dude, he was looking at it like, I think he was looking at like basically what I called it. Like he was holding that for a while. That was the freest kill. It's just funny to watch on the minimap. 0-4 is like, clear this angle, then bloop, dead. That was a fun round for him, I'm sure. 1 round away now is Optic Texas. Another solid map statistically out of Dashy as he's quadruple positive in this one. A boost of 5 HP and a little overzealous and holding his ground. He'll get dropped.
Someone's in a car. They might be toast. Shotzi's literally hunting them in spawn. Nasty is still in his car. I'm very surprised. But he's trying to give some comms. Your team's dead. You died.
That is the comp. Everybody's dead. It was just going on a little bit of a drive there was Nasty.
Why did he not blow that up?
He was exploring, Joe. He was exploring.
Did no one tell him that they all died?
I'm not sure, Joe.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But the team does all die. And Optic Texas, they'll take the search in commanding fashion.
Well, that's huge. I mean, listen, to win an S&D with a guy who just slotted in a couple of days ago, and really, even in that last round, what did they do? They just, a couple rounds ago, they went A quick on defense, and they went mid quick on defense, and they're like, oh, let's just go B fast this time through. Shotzi able to hit that flank.
Oh, if you want someone to be able to be a change of pace guy for you, Hook's probably good for that. Like,
oh, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Let's hit it.
No, absolutely. He has a great one. 7-2. Beautiful stuff out of him there. Dashy leading the way, though, with 9. Brilliant search there from Optic. Just absolutely dominant. Yeah, that was fun to cast. It just felt very different than the rest of our search maps.
Yeah, and we talked about Ken maybe wanting to step up individually. 4 first bloods. He's up to 7-5 in that game number 2. And, I mean, again, it makes the game a lot easier when you have a man advantage.
Oh, and they did so frequently. They were absolutely dominant in that department, but that'll do it for our first 2 maps. We're tied up 1-1. We'll kick it back to the desk for now.
250 to 227 in game number 1. Game 2, 6-1 dominance in Search and Destroy. Hook, welcome to Optic Texas. Let's start with that Search and Destroy. What did Optic have going in their favor, and what was wrong in the Vanguard Vancouver camp?
Just all our creativity. I felt like from side Optic Texas, you could tell they put a lot of work into their offensive strategies. For me, it was like, if you pay attention to the minimap, I feel like that last round was a really good example. When they pushed up over towards the B site, it It was actually Dashy held back watching the flank, which isn't usually the case. Usually Dashy's the one looking over the plant, looking over Shotzzy and Hook. But this time he took the back seat, he held the flank, Kenny got the first blood, they were able to lay the bomb down, and it just looks like some really good execution outside of Optic Texas.
Yeah, did a really good job, you know, the middle ticket area early on, just like identifying where 04 was going to be at.
Yeah.
So a couple strats that kind of eliminated early, like one of their offensive rounds, they had Dashy go right side soccer field, like spray some shots down to advance his teammates, and he wraps back to help Kenny middle and ultimately end up getting 04, catching him, and then they get the first blood where you can make plays from there. So I just think Optic did a really good job like researching, preparing for this match.
Yes.
Whereas opposed to the last time we saw that on a red card, it wasn't the case. So I think Clint Joe, they worded it well, where it's like you bring in a guy like Hook, he's going to change the pace. He's going to be able to be aggressive when you need him to be. And in those like tight, stressful scenarios, like when they're retaking B-Bomb, for example, he's going to be a guy who thrives in those environments. So far, so good for Optic.
We're not concerned about red card being an issue. I know we're only 3 matches in.
Hey, you're through 2 red cards and you're 1-1 if you're Optic, so you feel happy about your progression on a red card.
All right, well, it's time to draw some conclusions. What do you have for us this time around, Nate?
Yeah, I mean, Twitter was going insane. They were talking about the ending of that map number 1. So this one we're going to talk about some routes and also some situational awareness, okay? So Optic kind of backs up. Number 5 is Kenny. He's sort of trapping himself here, like backing up, trying to play a cut. And this is a phenomenal route by Hixie. Let's actually zoom out real quick so I can highlight some of you guys. He is getting slammed. He is 20 and 35. The man stayed composed, though, and makes some big plays. So he goes up top here, where he ultimately finds Kenny, and then he repositions down the stairs. And he's going to stay at the stairs for a little bit. And you know that all of Optic is spawning here, right? So once again, we're going to preach layers. You're going to want to create multiple different layers. And you see the rest of the players, they're pushing in to pick up the other angles and sort of assist Hixie on this push towards time. And you see right here, Hook spawns out. So he's a potential threat here to make a big play. Well, 3 is going to end up repositioning, turning around, and finding that kill. Well, we're going to go back to the minimap here in a second, but for now, let's jump into it and see how this initial push works out. See, Hixie goes up top, finds that kill onto Kenny. They end up getting hill control. Now, this is something that a lot of young players can learn from, situational awareness, sort of timing of the spawns. So they're going to find all these kills. Hixie goes to the stairs, like I'm saying, finds another one, and he's just slamming here in time. And they have the positioning, so they're going to find a majority of these kills. Where you're going to see is when they get into their ultimate setup, you want a guy to be watching this, obviously somebody in the hill, and ideally, you want somebody to be controlling this lobby area, making sure nobody sneaks up and gets behind. But it's at the end of the game. It's very, very close, so they're playing tight. They're scared to really push out. So when they figure out there's only one guy here and there's some time winding down, Hixie makes a massive heads-up play, wraps back to pick up that pinch that I'm talking about, and ends up finding 2-3 kills to basically close out this time so Optic can't win off of this hill. So just some heads-up plays, situational awareness. This is what you need to learn from if you're a young talent.
Absolutely, and like I said right before this pre-show, Vancouver Surge, they have a lot of players with their heads on straight, right? There's not many headless players on this team. It's the unfortunateness that the slang hasn't always been there, but because of plays like this, you can pull out the win at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's where communication comes in, right? Like it gets quiet, people aren't talking, you're like, okay, they must be pinching. And you turn around and you address it. So great plays by Hixie, despite getting slammed that map.
Can we mention what was happening, though, while Hixie was not laying down all the kills? Abuza set the league record.
Yes.
45 kills in the first hard point. Does he keep it up in the second hard point? We're guaranteed a game 4.
I think so.
He has to.
He's been unbelievable.
40 plus?
I don't know about 40 plus, but
30
I think he could drop a bomb. 30 plus for sure.
All right, we'll talk about it in the chat. For now, let's send it over to Merc and Maven. It's time to get into control.
Booza was discussing map 1, but yeah, you got to work through things and search and destroy there on red card. They get slammed 6-1. Now we get to vault control. It's been a lot of vault control, and honestly, it's a fun one. It's quick.
Yeah.
So I'm gassed. I'm down for more vault.
Yeah. Might be the GOAT.
Yeah. That's Ant Spiel now. It's 18 in a row or whatever. It's the best ever. No, honestly, it's been a fun control map. As we get ready to hop into that, it'll be protocol.
Let's remake frequency. Let's bring back frequency.
Yeah, that'd be so good in this game. It'd be so good.
That'd be so good. I mean, it's a great control map as well.
Yeah. No.
We do gridlock. Did we just do all the BO4 maps?
Yeah. No, BO4. We had some incredible maps.
Arsenal
BO4 here.
Wow. Beautiful.
Honestly, it was incredible. What a title that was. Whew. But everybody kind of chilling right now as we get ready to hop into our next one.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I'll even take Seaside with 4v4. That was 5v5. I'll even take that.
That's true.
I'll take it.
Yeah. A lot of incredible moments that year. We should have many incredible ones to come this year. But for now, focus on Vancouver Surge and Optic Texas as we're tied up 1-1. Just waiting for the map to start and see who gets the edge here in the control. Fist bumps out, thinking lobby is up, and we're getting ready to rip and roar here into our map 3.
Well, now this is where you should see the pace, right? This is where you should see the SMG duo in Hook and Shotzzy, right?
Yeah.
Coming into this series, even though they went 1-1 last week, Shotzi's numbers were dumb. It was 1.4, 1.5 in every single game mode.
Yeah.
And yeah, now you finally get off right guard. You're playing some Vault. You can get freaky with that SMG.
We'll see. We'll be looking for him to get freaky. Maybe take the series edge up to 2-1. They had a chance to be working on 3-0 here, but couldn't quite close out that map 1. Into control we go. We'll take a look at it from Optic's POV to start us off. It'll be Big Ken leading the way in the first bloods in that map 2. Looking for the openings here from Balcony. Well, spots one, but Hixie's got his head clipped clean off. Now to Shotzzy we go, trying to work in behind enemy lines. Now he's going to think about picking up spawners. His teammate's got to win a one-on-one on the point, though. It's Hook, and he's not able to do that. So you hope he wins that, and you've got a great advantage near the objective. Shotzzy, though, is still going to continue to lurk, and this is his playground. Gets lost behind enemy lines, good luck.
If you're Surge, what do you do here, right? Do you leave him, or do you try to waste some time? Just the problem is, if you do not take care of him quickly, then this is going to be a problem. And while he is dealing with 2 players, and he is winning it for now, but he at least allows his teammates to find 3 on the map and get right onto A.
Yeah, him just pulling 2 players there. Yeah. Stayed alive that long. Okay, here we go. Now look at the point. It's looking pretty clean. As I say that, though, it's a little flurry of kills, though, for Surge. And they only get 1 tick of progress so far. Shotzzy tries to dip away into underground. Just trying to dance until the reinforcements get back, Joe.
Yeah, Boozy, though, great job. Recognizing, all right, he's going to drop out of middle, just try to hit those vault doors, get on the B, maybe pause the clock. Again, try to get lost. Speaking of get lost, C number 4, Ixie, flanks all the way through pool. Try to go inside a lobby, 2 dead, and well, there is that pinch. So can he be the last player alive? You only have 1 tick onto A. Got to start thinking about that objective if you are Optic.
Just try to get this minute extension, basically, well, dead even in lives until we get the advantage there from Abuza. 2 players trying to work around on the pinch again. Wow. And it seems to be working out. They pinch it, it's not picked up. They collapse around the point, and time is a dwindling. Shotzzy trying to be the hero. Can he find any more? Can't get gun up in time to deal with them. Everybody falls. 4 straight on the feed. Abuza, 5 straight, 9 and 3, 6 straight. Great stuff there from Surge. I just felt like they kept pinching and pinching and pinching. It was not getting picked up well by Optic.
Well, it was just one of, I mean, it can be tough when you're on that A point, right? Like, you see it from Ken's point of view. Is it top cat? Is it be lobby?
Yeah.
You're relying on your teammates on the pinch. And then from Dashy, like, he's cat stairs watching the full flank, but someone hits a great nade right onto him. So it doesn't allow him to finish that kill. He gets shot in the back, and then the collapse happens. So, I mean, on one side, it's Optic's not stacking, so Surge can take those longer routes to find the retake.
I guess it would help if you're not stacking, though. You can pick up most angles, but the timing was there. Well, and the nades are there from Optic Texas early. Kenny pops 2. So that's going to get them forward with the quickness. Abuza trying to be the last line of defense, so he give a little breathing room to his teammates coming up.
Hello, Blender.
That does not happen. They are immediately into the blender, as you said.
From a spawn nade to this. I mean, that is just how quickly this map can flip.
Yep. Control breakoffs are very, very important. And this is not fun for Vancouver Surge because they're getting absolutely slammed until 04 Nasty. Make a couple of plays, but we've already got a minute plus off the clock. The wheels have come off. The house is burning, and Surge is desperately trying to get forward.
It's not good when the house burns.
No, it is not, Joe, unless you have fire insurance.
Well, it's still not good.
Then you build a new house. No, still not good. You're right, Joe. I don't know why I turned it. It's not a positive.
That's good thinking, though, if it does happen, you know?
Yeah. True.
Always finding the positives, man.
Yep. Well, Booza had that sensational 9 and 3 start, but it's fallen apart a little bit here as it has been a slaughter. 7, well, make it 5 kill advantage for Texas.
At least they have the tick advantage, right? You got 2.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's actually insane. Like, how much they're getting slammed, they got more progress. That's actually insane. I was just thinking about the kills.
Now Shotzi's behind you again after Dashy hit some disgusting shots earlier to set this up. And you still have 1 player alive in 04. Maybe he can find a kill or 2 to get you out. And on A, there's 5 seconds left. Can Surge get there? Only 8 lives remaining. Through close they go.
Oh,
and then
they're
point one.
Just get on it. Not going to last long, though. Hook there with the pinch. Texas with the kills, but yeah, despite just slamming them throughout the course of that round, you do have the tick advantage.
Yeah, a little different. A little different there from Opti on defense. Yeah, it starts with that nade from Ken. Well, just the entire team to get rid of that trophy. The nade then lands and, yeah, turns into the spawn trap. Some great individual moments, but yeah, just for Surge, the moments that you did have, very few.
We're more efficient.
Yeah, you at least turned it into some objective work.
And we'll see if that tick even ends up mattering, but just worked. Honestly, when you said it, I was like surprised because I just wasn't looking at that. Like I was just focused on them just getting spawn trapped, and I was like, oh, good point, Joe.
You know, you got to find the wins in life.
Yeah. We're both trying our best. We get ready for our next one now. Booza with a stellar opening round.
Oh, it's 2-2, so at least it's tied.
Oh, I thought it was 1. I thought you were right. Okay,
still, even that's great.
Yeah. I trusted you.
Trusted myself, but
Hoop's teammates dropping around him. He's just trying to find a timing, and not going to happen. Dashy sliding out will fall as well. Well, doors meet face. Kenny just trying to find some shots, but he'll get the comm over to his teammate and he'll send it on forward. That'll be the kill through.
Well, that stun misses him. Yeah, so that stun misses him. Hixie doesn't think Kenny's there, and then it's a stun on the opposite side. So now you can collapse on A. Shotzi's getting kills. See 3 in the feed. Again, only 1 player though on Optic. They're playing a lot around the kills, and look what this does. So Surge again go on these wide routes all the way through to get cat control, to try to find some angles onto the A point.
This makes it so difficult for your players inside the point trying to make any kind of progress. We'll see if there's any adjustments made, or if they can just find all the kills, it doesn't really end up mattering. Right now, they're finding the kills. Still 1 to deal with up on top catwalk, and they're able to do that. Some big gunfight wins, progress continuing, nearly that minute extension through. Lives all about square. Pushing forward will be a Boozy. He's going to take a one-on-one with a spawner. That was Kenny, so he's able to pick that up and stagger the reinforcements for Optic Texas for now. You got about 90 seconds to work with, but they still have to deal with the Boozy. Kenny just trying to find a Booza's able to take out Hook as well. Finally, Kenny picks up a Booza. So you get a player out of your spawn, but now you've got Shotzi in your base, and he is elusive.
Yeah, he is. Almost gets out of the window, but what that does again, it just allows number 5 and number 8 to come off spawn, work up the street. But Nasty, it's his turn to find the angle. Finds one, and now he's going to play his life. And, well, Shotzi right back to work. Just the SMGs, just finding the timings to try and deal with these power positions from the ARs. But the teamwork on point, the comms on point there from Surge.
While you deal with it on your side, then you still have Nasty lost on the other side of it. So it's going to make it so difficult for Optic Texas to make a play here on B. Head's got to be on a swivel. Trying to sniff him out will be Dashy in the back line. Abusa, though, he's the one taking the fights around the point. You get 3 down. Now Nasty's the only one left, and he's got to track back towards B. He's going to get caught as well as Dashy had the position. So now you've got a lot of map control if you're Optic Texas.
Oh, he looks left. He does look left. Finds the timing, and Shotzi almost finds the double. Again, though, while he's doing that, it's only 1 player on it. They must not have a trophy. To avoid the named player on the kills, it's 8 versus 8. You at least get 1 tick. Got 4 in the round. Surge scrambling to try to get Dashy off the point. They finally do.
You stop the clock for quite a while, though. If you're Texas, you might be able to take this to lives, but here we go. It's 6 versus 6. So a lot of work to do on the objectives. Trying to pause the clock again. It'll be Shotzi who soars on out, but he gets dropped almost instantly. 5v5 now. Nice shots from Hook. He picks up another. No respawns remaining now for Vancouver Surge. Under 30 seconds left to go. A fight outskirts. 04 is able to take that one. Hook now in trouble.
It's 4v4.
Got ourselves an S&D round now. Just a very short one.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the setup here from Surge. They are all inside of Art. So if you're Optic, maybe you put pressure on the point, but Hook goes for the gunfight instead. He's gonna get caught. Now it's over to Dashy. They know Abusa is there. 1 second, he's able to get on it. So 2 versus 2. Kenny and Dashy, they do find the second tick. So a small win there, but can they win the round? They're just gonna get on the point. The nades may be exhausted. 1 versus 1. Dashy wins it.
Oh my God, Dashy with both in a wild round. Holy hell, I thought he was dead to rights, but a little slide, a little pop, and a little flavor as Dashy wins it. Woo! And I mean, good heads up play. First, I thought he was going to push in for that kill, but I was like, you got to get back to the point. There's like a second left. He tracks back into it. Good fire over the top. Let's watch Dashy one more time.
If you see my other videos and thought, this is cool, but I just want a simple, easy way to do it.
Put in the dirt.
And because this was such a prolonged play, right? The Surge players, they didn't have nades. There was no tacticals. There was no frags. So basically, once you got to the point, you had the advantage with the van, right? With the position.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you have, like, the art high ground's great until it's like that's exactly. And then you got to fly on forward. But a hell of a play there from Dashy. That'll be the 2-1 edge. And well, one of the crazier control rounds we've seen so far this year. Shotzzy leading the lobby right now. Booza kind of right there with him as they're on 21 and 22 respectively. Looking for 23 and finding it is Shotzzy. You got to win this though if you're Vancouver Surge to get it to a round 5. And he's just, he's just in your hole. This guy. He's in your hole, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, in and out too. Just popping up, saying hello, and he's out of there.
Just in and out of their hole. Now from the top row. Shotzzy looking for his 5th straight. Pistol popping and hitting. About a minute left, and that's a big wave of kills there. Nasty's able to get 2 at least. That maybe avoids them from maybe getting into a trap there. If he goes down clean, that's 4 dead.
I mean, we always just talk about one of the most important things when playing this Opti team is just tracking this guy. Legitimately trying to figure out where Shotzzy is. Do not let him get lost, because this is when he is at his best, and you're seeing it here.
But when you have a hole to play with, Joe, he's getting lost over and over. Finally, they're able to shut him down. That streak comes to an end. Minute extension about to come through, and despite the fact that you had some great plays there from Shotzzy, you get the minute extension, and you have under 2 minutes to go. You have a 4-life advantage if you're Vancouver Surge. You're in a very winnable situation with regards to this round. I thought you were going to have maybe 2 straight kills there and a chance to pounce onto the point. Trying to find
you might have. I thought he was going to get the trade there. And that would get him onto the point and then allow his teammates. But
he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone across the map.
Through another hole.
Yep. Through one hole and out another. Just over a minute now to go. Texas trying to bring it back in the life department a bit, but it's not really going to their favor. It's been all Vancouver Surge, now up 6, trying to shoot off toes is who. Not able to do it though, and then a 4 comes out swinging. The life advantage continues to grow, and it looks so good, at least from like Shotzi's POV at the beginning of this round, but it's been Vancouver Surge in control throughout it. Second tick of progress now in the works. Pressure to Optic to take this fight. Nice shot from Shotzi getting aggressive. Good help from his teammates over the top. Nobody on the point for now.
Yeah, man, you just take your time here if you're Seattle. Still have a minute. You have a 6 life advantage as well. Just work your picks and try to bleed them out a bit. I mean, this guy just flew off a statue. Dude, like what? Like, who even does that?
Oh.
The guy is a sicko.
He is a sicko. Still down 4 lives though. Abuza, he's on 4 straight. He's gonna get caught though. Boop with a nice pickup.
So it was 15-9, now down to 11-8.
Yeah, I mean that's been the biggest saving grace for Vancouver Surge throughout this. Well, you had a good amount of time to work with. You also had a significant life advantage, but
now you don't have either. You have neither.
Yep, it's been ripped away. It's going to be a late round desperation act here for Vancouver Surge. They're going to push this to a round 5, but you got to win gunfights like that. They're not able to do it. They're dropping all over the place.
It's 9 in a row for a 10 in a row.
Yeah.
Since we talked about it, how good of a situation it looked like for Surge, and that is gone.
It is just stolen here from Optic Texas. An insane stretch there, defensive lead. They'll take the control. They'll take a 2-1 edge. And it's all smiles there. But yeah, no, honestly, it's like, again, I was like surprised. Almost like it was just fun watching Shotzi's POV, you know, with like all the whole plays. And he's doing such a good job there. But then like I look at him, like, wait, they're down like 6 lives. Like they're not really that good of a spot. Like once Vancouver capped the point, I'm like, okay, this looks a lot better for them than I realized. And then just bit by bit, it chips away, and then it's just a haymaker comes out, and like, yeah, it was like what 10 straight or something without a doubt.
Yeah, and like the only reason maybe that's not an offensive round one is because like Shotzi's getting a pick or 2, right? Just not allowing them to work the progress, so allows his teammates to a little breathing room off spawn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's when you go back and look at it. Like if you're Surge, you have to start the trade process because you have the numbers, right? 15-9, it's got to be messy
at the end of that round. Yeah, no, it has to be. But man, yeah, it looked good, and then it did in the blink of an eye. Optic Texas hit another gear, and they'll get us to what? A protocol hardpoint, a chance to close it out.
I mean, 26 and 9 traded kills. That is...
No, he's just...
It's dirty work.
He's just out. He just gets a kill, and he's gone. Where did Shotzi go? Who knows? Is he at the swimming pool? Is he jumping off a statue? Is he at the next map?
On the diving board. Can't find him. Looking at artwork?
Yeah. Just getting a full tour of it from his POV. The movement clean, the gunny crisp, and they were moving. But now, you lost that opening hard point if you're Texas. Ample opportunity to win it, but weren't able to do it. You now try to close it out on protocol. The heavy hitter was Abuza, who set the record with 45 in the map 1. We'll see what he can bring to a protocol. It'll be interesting. I mean, when we casted this earlier, it was really the subs that were kind of taking over. I mean, Geo was like the 1AR really positive. Everyone else was kind of getting slammed. It was really kind of a subs haven throughout the course of that one.
Yeah, it's a very similar situation where you have to track the guy kind of in your base, right? Just not allow him to get lost. So that is going to be the key here for Surge.
Some of these maps are like, I feel like it's go for shots. Just tough maps to keep him in front of you. It is.
Well, it's not only the maps, it's also the objects. Yeah, this guy slides behind one and he's like Houdini.
No, absolutely. One of the more elusive players we've ever had. Statistically, he has been truly phenomenal so far. It's early in the season, but putting up MVP-type numbers at least early. But what matters is getting the victories here if you're Optic. You're looking to get your first one with Hook in the lineup. A chance to close it out now with some protocol. What do you think about these two teams really in this particular map?
Well, I think, honestly, kind of what we talked about just earlier. I mean, for Shotzi and Hook, can they continue to play like this on Protocol Hardpoint? On the other side, I think for Vancouver Surge, I mean, obviously, you're going to win your rotations here, but again, firepower. Hixie has struggled at times throughout this. As good as that play was that Ant showed earlier.
He was 20 and 35 when he made it, yeah.
Yeah, and then even right there, just another poor map for him. So need him to step up.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to do it. He played against Toronto, like his former team. He had some nice individual stats. He was able to make some big plays. Gonna need some of that here. Like Abuza, I know has the firepower, and he proved he can kind of take them to a hardpoint 1 win. But like, I don't know that he's gonna be setting the record every single time. Like,
well, no, I mean we're not gonna play till the game clock's 10 seconds in 250 to 240.
True.
So yeah. Not gonna happen.
We'll get ready to go to protocol here in a moment. Just waiting for the players to get it loaded up. But for all of you watching at home, we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. We're early in the season. Really, we're in our second weekend. Then we've got a bit of break with the holiday stuff, and then we'll really ramp up into it with the rest of the online stuff. We have the online minors we're having as well. Getting to the majors is gonna be one hell of a year, and it's been fun. Just like, listen, COD, there's something special about COD every year, and there's something about every title that kind of sticks with me as a commentator, something really fun, some combo that you like. But like, this has potential to be, at least since like the CDL has started, like our most fun title.
I think already just in terms of
playmaking ability.
Yeah, what our players have shown with Omni Movement, with the game, it's going to be a great year.
No, it certainly should be. A couple more maps, like we get like a Hacienda, we get a couple more things. Like, it's not far from being an elite type of year. But as the fist bumps go out, I imagine it's just about time to get into it. Can they slow down Shotzi, or he take that playmaking right into this one?
Yeah, listen, it's Friday the 13th. It's a freaky day.
I forgot it was Friday the 13th.
Yeah, we just had a freaky map. We were talking about holes, toes, and POVs. It's crazy. We are getting nasty.
I love to get nasty late on a Friday night with Buddy Joe. Whew. Listen, it's a hole, Joe. I don't know what else to call it.
They put it there.
Yeah. If I know one thing about Call of Duty developers, they love putting holes in maps, Joe. We got a big Season 2 update here on Verdansk. Hole. Got a big update on Call Hole.
I love it.
I love holes, dude. All right. Don't we all? Vancouver Surge now, Optic Texas. Map number 4. Hixie looking to pick it up in the respawns. But he's also fine just doing this. Boys, I'll lay down and get the time. You get the gunny up over top of me. Unfortunately, the gunny has to back down because Nasty is weak, and Hixie is dead almost immediately after.
That's just it. And then again, just Shotzi. Now it's time for him to get loose. He's going to find a couple of kills. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah.
A little shimmy, a little shake.
Oh, we felt that one.
Yeah, no, he just lost it.
And I think I'm not even going to make an excuse for it. Screw it. I was going to try to bail 0-4 out. I think he lost some aim assist on the wall, but it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, no, the strafe and hop was nasty, though, out of Shotzi. And he's finding kills off the back of that, up to 5 and 2. Really has as many kills as the rest of his team combined. They're up 20 seconds. And we now look at the P2. Shotzzy just comes flying in like a rabbit. And finally, his streak comes to an end.
Nasty did get a split spawn, though, so maybe he can find something to get his team out through the middle of the map. Hook, though, still here. So no timer, and there we go. He's able to find one. So now Optic going to have to try to transition and find an opening to deal with Nasty. Looks like they're able to find him, and then Hook just flying around through bottom middle are the SMGs.
Fortunately, one of the back box will catch him, but you got 30 or so seconds up here. Still a healthy bit of time you can earn if you are Surge.
Don't forget about this guy.
Optic taking some routes. He's like, I'll leave you. I'm going to make a play. Nice patience there. Gets 2. Love that out of Shotzzy. Leaves ones for his teammates to pick up.
I'm really waiting for an interrogation. I'm waiting for some back shots to happen.
I can't wait. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Thought maybe, but it's too early in the game.
Yeah, no, there is certainly opportunity for it. It's going to happen at some point. I hope so, at least. I'll be very upset if it doesn't. Trophy out for coverage. Nade out for protection.
Yeah, Histy's able to work the back, so he's got the close spawns. One's a one-on-one. Then now you gotta have to get inside. Oh, find those kills, and well, it's 0-4 and Hixie, the subs, to step up and do just that.
There are just some awkward close-range engagements this time. I mean, there always is in COD, but especially with the movement, man. Just that, like, chest bumping with the doors. Gets a little awkward, and behind it, Surge are able to get in. With 20 seconds left, maybe you send one more push of this, but you really start to set up.
How is he doing this again?
Okay.
I mean, he's 13-5. He's on 3 in a row. He hits the pinch, and then, yeah, it's just his ability to stay alive in these scenarios. Get his team set up, and as a big 3 dead here for Surge, to set up on the Money Hill towards P4, and they find Shotzzy.
Okay. That's about the perfect time to have a 4 dead, but like, what, 3 seconds remaining on the hard
to capitalize on this.
I mean, you're only down, well, really nothing. You're down 8 points coming into this, so it's not the end of the world if you don't, but just due to the nature of this hard point, like, yeah, you need to. You had the setup. You need to turn this into a chunk of time. The angle's there to pick up Hook. They have traded, I thought, effectively at first. Then Kenny's double and potential triple the difference. The swarm comes in on Hixie. He is suddenly surrounded. You spawn a little bit closer and you get in fast if you're Optic Texas. And there is the break with what? They get in about 35 seconds. So beautiful stuff there. That'll put them back out in front. And was Kenny's multi the big clutch?
Yeah, I mean, hey, guess what? You also have this guy, Kenny, who used to be one of the best subs in the world. And at any moment, you pull it out, be a great flex, and he's going to find a triple to brace P4.
It's crazy to think back to his World War II year. Like, best player in the game.
Yeah.
Sub in hand. Different player now, but still the same player in heart. Now, how much will the lead look like when we get ready for our next one as we get ready to go out towards Guff? Shotzzy. Might be tough to bunny hop in this game at times, but he's making it look easy. Now our new hard point is up, and once again, Optic Texas early control. He's going to have some pressure here early, so Dashy doing whatever he can to stay up. He just wants to match his time for map 1 with a 3 minutes in the hard point, or whatever he had, but going to be tough to do on this particular map. Spread out a little more evenly for the Optic Texas boys.
And as ugly as like the scoreboard is, again, for Surge, you're only down 30. You're just going to have to get him off this time and start capitalizing.
Well, that's how they're
these rotations.
That's how they're going to beat some of these teams. Like, I don't think they're going to outslay them by 20. Like a team like an Optic, a team like a FaZe, like, it might be like an old school Red Reserve type victory, like outslay by 20, win by 20.
Well, you're not wrong, but the problem is it's just getting uglier.
Yeah. There's like a limit to how ugly it can be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before it takes a few drinks. But Optic Texas still in control. Rotating, though, will be Vancouver Surge, and they'll be here again. I mean, last time, you're in a pretty good spot and a nice patient route from Shotzzy kind of breaks things up.
Yeah, right there, Nasty was able to pick up that pinch. He was the guy. Hook was the guy trying to go on that same route. You see number 6 this time, it's going to be Shotzzy. I think he got through again. Number 6, he is right behind them. And hello, Hill almost broke it, but Hixie picks up the double, and there we go. They at least recover. But you'd see what the SMGs from Optic are trying to do.
Make it difficult to hold, make it a mess. Have they done enough to kind of disrupt this? They've got him out of the point for now. Last guy standing will be Kenny. He'll get in there, if only for a second, before Hixie is able to cross and cut him down. But you break up that time a bit if you're Optic Texas. early on the other side of it will be 04. He's going to be point man for the next hard point. Optic still sending bodies at this, and, well, they're putting bodies on the ground as well.
Well, 04 did this with about 30 seconds left, 25 seconds left or so. They know, look, 6 and 7 are hunting. They are trying to find 04 because he has not been in the feed for a long time. And there we go, Hook throwing the shoulders. Are you going to expect to, though, if you're 04? There's just no way you would. And that is a massive amount of time. He was just out of the play.
Yeah, no, he really was. He's struggling. Boys, I'm 8 and 18. I'm going to go ahead and rotate for us. But, yeah, you don't see him in the feed. You're wondering where he's at. You're coming for him, and they're able to find him and cut him down. Now you're trying to enjoy some time here. 04 trying to get right back into the fight. His teammates will be pushing for the front. He needs to try and stay alive in the back while they try to apply pressure from the front. He finally is going to push all in, spin in circles, find what he can, but still, the trade's in favor of Optic Texas. Shotzzy leading the way at 23. Hook on 5 straight. The subs are dominating right now.
Yeah, holy hell. This is one of those maps. I'm so happy I retired. Let me tell you, just playing against these two sounds like the worst time.
Yeah, no, I just have an instant headache. That's how I think I'd be feeling.
But, I mean, this is the chance, right? You get a full 60 here. If you are Surge, you're right back into it. But last time through, they got broke.
Yeah, they got broken pretty quickly, too. Like, they didn't even have, like, one solid hold, really. That first fight.
Well,
made it an absolute
mess. Might be gone now. Guess who?
I thought he had that one, too. I thought he had that one. Shotzzy does get 2, though, and it was Kenny, I think, with a double last time we were here to break stuff up. This time it is Shotzzy. Hook, I thought, caught, but the movement there, the gunny up in time, and he survives it with 9 HP. Shotzzy says, nice play, pal, but I'm going to take you out with a friendly nade. I'll get the rest of the kills, so don't worry about it. Quick to hit the slide there, but not enough light to take the next challenge. The fact is, you're about to be up 100.
Yeah, I'm already getting, like, flashbacks to, like, you know, this MW22 team. Or, well, this duo, just like, when these two are just going off, it just, it's insane to watch.
No, it absolutely is. When it wasn't working, it was tough to watch. Correct. When it was working, it's a blast to watch.
It is beautiful.
Ooh, Kenny, a little snap back up to +7. And after a very quick break in a fantastic, I mean, how are you going to win? If you have spawns in the hold for this hard point and you get broken every time of the first push, I mean, you're not going to win the map. You're not going to win the map.
And how many of these have we had where it's 10 kills in a row? You know, for Optic throughout this series, I mean, you just see the scoreboard for Surge. I think they're lucky to get 100.
Yeah, no, kind of feels that way. They are getting slaughtered. We thought maybe a little bit too much talent on this Optic Texas roster for this particular matchup. It's seeming that way as they close out the map 4. They dropped the first hard point as Abuza puts up 45 in the record, but from that point forward, they do not look back. They dominate the search, they take over in the control, and they come out and spank them. They're in the map 4.
Dashy's just chilling. I mean, the ARs are going to have some maps with this duo where,
great job, guys.
Yeah, you're just to be sitting on the hill.
Yeah.
Just sort of like, that was a fun map. I had a great time.
No, 100%. But I mean, looking good if you were Optic Texas through your first match with Hook in the roster. I mean, I think we just knew, like, all the time he's played with Shotzzy, like, played with Dashy, like, we kind of thought he'd be able to come in. He's kind of a player, you're like, listen, just do your thing, come and get out there and fry. But
hey, he did play a little bit with Kenny.
That's true. Oh, we're going back.
Yeah, we are.
That's like
Cold War for like a stage.
Oh, God. I was thinking back to, like, didn't Kenny, like, no, he didn't play with him in AW, did he? I was trying to think of, like, Kenny, like, ages ago. No, okay. That's what I thought you were referring to for a second.
No, it's Envoy and Kenny.
That's right. That's what it was. And I was like, damn, that is going back. But wow, what a map 4 there from Optic, from start to finish. Dominance, outslayed the living hell out of them. A group effort around the objective as well. Solid series.
Yeah, and I think for Surge, you know, you win your red card hard point, obviously you clutch up, but the Surge has to be better versus this team, and it needs to be better for this team to succeed.
They need to be good across all modes.
I think if you look at their losses, every time they've lost Search and Destroy, they lost a match, right? The match they did win, they won both searches. So, I mean, listen, their Search has to be better against this Optic team if they want to beat them.
Yeah, and it's early in the season. Search and Destroy is only going to continue to improve, I think, for a lot of these teams. But that'll do it for Joe and I, and that'll do it for the match. To break down our final match of the evening, to the desk we go.
Optics 2-1, Hook 1-0 back in the CDL. Welcome in, and I hope he enjoyed today's matchup against his former team. Abuza had a fantastic game number 1. Outside of that, this was Optics Playground. Let's talk about what you saw in that most recent game.
Yeah, unfortunately, what happened in game 1 needed to also happen in game 4. They needed a player that could keep up with the pace and the slaying being laid in by Optic Texas. and unfortunately it seemed like the gas sort of ran out for the side of Vancouver Surge. I mean, Shotzzy was killing everything, even his own teammates at some point, and when you have nobody matching that, it is very, very difficult to win a respawn.
Yeah, I mean, a hard map for them. Optic looked great at Protocol. Some big plays, the sub duo, I thought Joe and Clint talked about great. It was like they're just going to get loose and make huge play after play. See shots and pushing out spawns. He made another massive, probably underrated play where he leaves a guy on rotation to P2, finds two in the back, and just blows up any like sort of process that Surge was going through to get control. It's just tough, man. You can't match Optic in terms of talent, so you have to win your S&Ds. And for Surge, you got 6-1 on that red card where we went into the series thinking like, hey, this is a map that they look good at. Maybe they learned from their mistakes in their last series that went the distance versus Miami, and they'll be able to clutch up. That wasn't the case. Just clearly looked a little underprepared, kind of tried to do the same strats that they did versus Miami, and it just did not work today. So a big learning moment for these guys, and I expect them to improve going forward.
Shotzzy with the casual 2.0 and a minute of hill time. Not a bad game for the SMGs. Everybody's finding some success down in Texas. Vancouver now 1-2. I was just looking. Their next matchup is against Boston, who is currently 2-0. Are you worried for Vancouver at this point?
I'm not too worried for them yet. I do think they're going to figure out their search. That's the reason I'm not that worried about them. And they already have a win. And like you said, they're going up against Boston, who have been great, but they can beat Boston. We've seen Boston make some mistakes. So I wouldn't panic yet. If they fall in that series, though, and it's bad, then maybe it'd be time to push that.
If you're playing against Optic, you should be a little bit worried because they are looking flawless on Protocol, and they're even winning the other map that's used in Control. Vault. Let's take a look at a scuff play of the game. It's Dashy clutching up. Take a look at this one. Alley Cat. What was Big Bruce doing here in the final 15 seconds?
My God, there's 12 seconds on the clock. It is literally ticking. And again, pay attention to your min map. That's going to be number 8. Dashy has been making play after play. What's crazy about this is that he's usually the main slayer, but he has been icing it up when it comes to these moments. I mean, he's in a 1v2. He's stopping the clock at 1.3. How are they not double-chelling him right now?
No, they're tweaking. I mean, earlier they should have been up top, right? They let Dashy get up behind enemy lines, and then he slides the point and just slams them like you had time to reposition and go up top. But Dashy making a massive play while on the objective. Omni movement, backslide, slammage, and I don't even know what was said in the comms, but it must have been great.
Optic giggling at their opponent's failure. You love to see it. It's all smiles down south, and that is going to be the end of tonight's show. But first, let's rewind and show you what happened at the start of the show. Arguably the best hard points of the entire CDL happened today. It happened at the very start when we saw LAG face off against LA Thieves. If you've been watching the CDL for a few years, you would know that LAG always wins the Battle of LA. Not today. Not against this super team.
Not today. This is a very difficult team to have to go up against, especially because Gentlemates has been showing kind of a slower start in our opening weekend. But honestly, I'm really happy that they played up to their competition. If there's any series to go back and watch today, it would 100% be this one. There was kill records being broken back and forth, and honestly, it was a banger.
You know, it might be weird, but I kind of come away from this series being like, LAG are going to be fine.
Yeah.
Teammates are going to be okay. They lost both the hard points, and it was super, super close. Thieves, I mean, at the end of these games, just making some massive plays. Scrap had a ridiculous performance on the Skyline. Like, I think he had like 40-some kills, so the kid's still gunning people left and right. But, Gentlemates, I think you're comfortable about this performance. Despite being 0-3, you know you can hang with the best.
What's going on in that tweet?
I don't know.
Are those trophies? A few golds? Some silvers?
Yeah, my eyes are real bad.
No, I'm an old man.
But it looks like Paco, and it looks like it says the king.
Yeah.